Hi, I'm Brian Segnet with Xerox, and I'm here with Michelle Fornell, a senior systems engineer on the Xerox Versant 180 press. Hey, we're going to take a look under the hood, and I've asked Michelle to point out some things. So Michelle, we know we've got 80 pages a minute. We can run 350 GSM. Let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit about the paper path and look at the fuser. If I started off, one of the biggest things is IRA, Integrated Registration Alignment. How does that happen automatically on the press?
So obviously when your machine leaves manufacturing, we have a baseline that the mechanical part of the machine is a known factor, okay? So we all know that every piece of paper, every type of media reacts a little bit differently in the paper path. So what we do is the paper enter the pre-registration area, which is called IRA, and it use multiple sensors in the device. And the main one is the CIS here. Paper stop, and at that point we measure many locations of that paper, and all this information is recorded and sent to the controller.
And so that's happening automatically, right? So whether I'm running 52 GSM or 350 GSM?
It's very depending of what you enter program for.
That's what I do when I set my stock. So then what happens? So I'm all registered and aligned, and then where does the paper go from there?
Paper goes, keep going, okay, and now there's a lot of things happening in the back zerographically. Laser transfer this to the drums, okay. We can show that pretty quickly here. The image is transferred to the drum from the lasers, okay, one per color.
Okay.
The developer housing contain the toner and material called a developer who makes sure that it's all mixed up and the color is perfectly.
And these are light sensitive drums, but they're all customer replaceable,
yes.
right?
For some reason there's a scratch or a spot that customer don't want to live with.
I could just go ahead and pop it right out. I don't need to call service. Terrific.
Okay. At that point the image is transferred from the drum to the IBT, the intermediate belt transfer systems.
So I'm using lasers, I'm writing it down onto the belt, right? So I've got my image.
Yeah, and it's going on the IBT belt like we just described, and it's transferred to the paper at this point here called the second BTR, bias transfer roll.
So a bias transfer roll, that's bias, so it's electricity, so I'm giving an electrical zap.
Yep.
Okay.
To make sure the paper transfer from.
So I'd probably increase it with 350 GSM or a linen stock or something like that.
Yes.
Because I know that through our SICA, our simple image quality adjustments, I can go in and do image transfers. So if I've got a challenging stock like like a textured stock, I can go ahead and I can increase that automatically and zap it. Okay.
Then we go to the next station, which is the fuser assembly.
So this is the fuser right here, and we call it a compact belt fuser. What does that mean?
What does that mean is compared to the traditional roll that we were very successful in the past, okay, to achieve our print quality, we found out over the years that there's a side effect to this, image quality defect that came out with this new technology.
So I'm going to get a better image quality on this?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm going to be able to do envelopes, right? Do I need to change the fuser at all?
No, you don't need.
So same fuser?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then you're going to eliminate a lot of image quality defect, okay, because using the belt, the temperature is more uniform around, okay, and so from print to print, you maintain that temperature without variation.
Great, so nice, consistent, and it'll heat up, it'll cool down fast. Terrific.
Yep, and then we go to the next station here, next location, before you go to the inverter, is a decurler, okay, built in.
So a built-in decurler, so automatically I don't need to order anything, I get a decurler in my base engine.
Every machine comes with a decurler, yes.
How does it know what to do?
Okay, so again, the way you program your media in the paper tray, we have a bunch of tables containing all those algorithms. Okay, we know that a coated paper, 220 GSM, will react this way under this temperature. So we change the way the roll interact with the paper.
So with those contact image sensors, it knows a lot. It knows what's happening. It knows maybe the temperature of the fuser. And so it's always kind of calculating heat, humidity, and I'm adjusting.
Yeah. And then we continue back. If you go simplex, it goes straight to the next device.
So a simplex sheet, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pass through, and it's going to come here. What's going to happen with a duplex sheet?
Duplex, there's a device here called the inverter. It just curls.
And it's going to go ahead and flip around.
And it go back into this transport here to go back and
And so it's going to flip the sheet and do it. So
and go back to the same
on a
scenario.
180, I can do 300 GSM auto duplex.
Yep.
I could do 350 simplex.
Yep.
That's because we've got a really pretty tight piece of real estate here, right? So paper's kind of stiff. If I want to auto duplex 350, I would go to a Versant 3100, right? Because I've got a much bigger paper
It's
path.
much larger, and
Okay.
the radius is much bigger.
But my fuser is going to be the same on a 180 as on a 3100, so
Yes.
my image quality is almost identical.
Correct.
Okay, hey, terrific. Great to have a look under the hood. If folks want some more information, go to Xerox.com. If you go to Xerox.com, you'll actually find a white paper on the Versant family, and you can even dig a little bit deeper. We've got a white paper on the Xerox Versant 180 press, and it will go through a lot of this technical information. Michelle, thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure.